So let me consider an example of Pinterest. Maybe some of you are familiar with this particular icon. Whenever you do image search on Google, then generally you get pins from this particular app, right? So what is the idea? It's nothing but it's a visual discovery engine for finding ideas like recipes, home, style inspiration, and more. So you will get billions of images or pins on this particular website, and you will be able to find ideas related to your domain. And then if you like a particular pin or photograph, you can save them on boards, right? So what is the summary of all this? Like pins are like photos, right? You can consider them as like photos, and you can have your separate folder where you can save this particular photo, and the same photo can appear across different folders. So let's say if one particular image is there, then that particular image can be saved by person 1 as well as person 2 and so on, right? Now how many people are on this particular uh, who are actively using this particular option of boards and actually saving as well as using pins in one or another way. So the number is 4450 plus million users. So that means around 45 crores people are active on this particular app. So now what is required to be done? Let's say in order to keep things interesting and in order to recommend proper relevant pins, given that a user is viewing a particular pin, is a massive challenge, right? So let's say you are viewing a particular pin of let's say category 1, then how the particular system will recommend you other pins related to the same category. And this is very tricky because all this happens very quickly. It should happen real time, right? So for this particular purpose, one recommender system is designed. The name of that particular system is Pixie. So mainly, first we will understand how Pixie works. Pixie is nothing but flexible network-based system for making personalized recommendation. Why personalized? Recommendations, we are not making just recommendations, we are giving personalized recommendations. So that means based on users activity, the recommendations will come. Okay, so let's see how this works. So let's consider you save a pin of a delicious healthy chocolate strawberry shake, right? So you will save one of the image like this. Consider this you are viewing and you are saving this on your folder, you are saving this on your board. So what will happen? Pixie will then suggest you 10 other smoothies or shake pins, all based on this particular your selection, right? Now, let's say you also save other pins featuring healthy chocolate muffins or ultimate healthy chocolate chip cookies. So that means now you have three things on your board. The first thing is this shake, strawberry shake. The second thing is your this chocolate muffins, and third thing is nothing but this healthy chocolate chip cakes. Sorry, healthy chocolate chip cookies. Okay. So now, based on your selections, right? So if this is your input, these three things are your input, then sorry, this is my first thing, this is my second thing, and this is my third thing. If these three things you are saving on your board, then the system will recommend you this. And you can see this is this all this output pins are very much relevant. Either they are images of shakes like this, or maybe they are focusing on chocolate cookies along with ingredients which are helpful to maintain your diet, right? So all these things the system learn automatically based on your selections, right? So now, so this is one of the main reasons why people are using this particular Pinterest, because they get recommendations for things they love, and perhaps they don't even know this type of things are existing. So from this they can get to know about new products or new food items, depending upon what this particular system is recommending. So 60% of the overall engagement is because of this particular recommendation system alone, right? So that means more than 250 million people are relying on this particular recommendation system. So let's see how this works, right? Because this is the we can say this is the abstraction. We see this is happening, right? You are watching a particular YouTube video, a similar video will be suggested, right, based on what you are watching. Okay. Same thing here. You are saving a collection of images, and based on that, similar type of images will be recommended to you. So now the question is, what is the underlying idea? How this works? That how it gives recommendations which are so precise and which are actually generating revenue for the company. So let's understand it. Okay. So this is the idea. So let me try to explain you what's going on here. So this is basically nothing but your pen. This image you like healthy chocolate strawberry shake. So let's say this person is nothing but let's say the name of that particular person is X, and X is going to store this particular image in one of its boards. So X folder, there's one folder of X which we say it's nothing but it's board of X, right? In board of X, we are going to save this particular pin, right? So pins are stored in boards, and the same pin can be present in more than one boards also, right? So it may possible there is one more person Y, he or she also likes this particular chocolate healthy strawberry shake, but he will put this particular pin in another board. Name of his board is smoothies, and one more person can be there, and she is just interested in identifying delicious delicious food items. Then she will also put this particular pin on her board, right? So the name of her board is Yum, right? So what I am suggesting here is, for this particular case, the same image or same pin is stored by 3 different users on 3 different boards. Okay, so these are your boards, and your pins will appear here. So if we do abstraction, then it will look like this. I will represent pins by circles. Okay, so these circles are nothing but my images, or you can say pins, and this squares are nothing but your boards. Okay, so this is the idea. The black pin, right? This is one image. It is stored by person 1. It is also stored by person 2. It is also stored by person 3. So it is present in 3 different folders or 3 different boards. Now there are many millions of pins and millions of boards, right? So now before we talk about how it recommends pin recommendation of pin based on which pin you are using, that's what we want to answer. But before that, let's talk about random walks now. So what do you mean by random walk? It's not like that you are just supposed to go out and walk randomly. So now we are talking about with respect to graph theory. So in graph theory, let's say this is your graph, right? I'm drawing some graph. So there are many variants of random walks, but what we are going to do is, we have one source vertex, right? Or some query node. In this particular case, we can say we have a query node X, and what we are going to do, we are going to start with X, and with uniform probability, we will select one of its neighbors, right? So let me draw the walk in black color. So first I'm selecting, let's say, A. Okay, then I will again flip a coin. There is one probability associated with this. I will flip a coin, and if I get head, then I will move forward, and again I will apply the same rule. More than one option, then I will uniformly randomly select one of them. And if I get tail, then I will again move back to, I will restart. I will go back to the starting point or the source node, and I will do nothing but restart. But in this process, I will keep track of how many times I am visiting a particular node. So let's say this is the very first time I'm visiting A, so I will keep a counter with all the nodes except for X. I won't keep any track of X because I won't from X I am starting, so I won't assign any what do you say counter to X. But for all other nodes, I have a counter. Now I am at A. Again, I will flip a coin. Let's say again probability of head is very high, so I will be getting head, and I will go to node B, and now I will assign counter 1. Now again I will flip a coin and I will go to E, right? And again I will flip a coin, I can go to F, E, F. Now there is no more option, so I will again restart from X. Again I will repeat my process. This time I am going to B first, so counter of B will be incremented by 1. Then again I will follow the same process and so on. So basically, what is the idea of this random walk scenario? Can you get some insights what it is actually trying? So let's say after some iterations, values are like this: value of B is 10, value of A is 8, value of Z is let's say 7, value of Z dash is let's say 6, value of let's say E is 7, and value of F is let's say again 1. Then so let me give you one example. Instead of considering this as a random traversal process, what we can do, we can associate these nodes with web pages. You are at web page X. What is the next web page you will recommend to move, right? So you can understand this pattern. You can try to simulate this connections and this random walk. So what will be the idea? You will do this random process. If you are at website X and website X is let's say linking these 3 other websites, let's say B, A, and Z, then what are the chances that you will be viewing website B, right? So for that recommendation, we can apply this particular random walk idea. Based on this number, you will get in some sense idea which is the closest related website to X. If this number is higher, that means you are more likely to land at this particular website, right? So that is the idea. Again, I won't give you the concrete idea. But the basic idea of random walk is this. Again, random walk with restarts, where I will be starting with one particular vertex, then I will go to its neighbor, one of the neighbor with the uniform probability. Then again I will toss a coin. If probability is suggesting me, if my result is head, then I will move forward. Otherwise, I will again restart. So this is the idea. And now let's see how to apply this idea on our problem. So this is my problem. This is the image which I am viewing right now. So which is nothing but strawberry shake, right? Chocolate strawberry shake. And I want other recommendation. So that means this black nodes are nothing but my pins. So which is the closest related pin to Q? That I want to know. Okay. And these are nothing but my boards. So the same image can be present in multiple boards. Okay. So what I will do, I will start my random walk from Q. Okay. So the very first step is, if you are having more than one nodes, then you need to decide which node you are going to give more priority. So in that particular case, you need to assign weights, and then you will give the highest priority to the query node which has highest weight. But in this particular case, I have just one image, so I will start with Q only, right? So my pin node is nothing but node Q. Okay. Now what I will do, I will think about its neighbor. So randomly, what I will do, I will go to one of its neighbor. It may possible that you go to different board also, because the same pin may present in more than one boards. Like we have seen, the same smoothie items, same product is also available under Yum. The same product is also available under smoothies, right? And so on, right? So it may possible that you have more than one neighbor. But in this particular case, we are moving to strawberries. You can randomly select one of them, right? Now, what board will do? So now again, you will, if once you reach to a particular board, then with respect to this board also, you have multiple options. So randomly, you will select one neighbor of this particular board, right? For example, this neighbor is selected. Let's say this is nothing but small q, right? And you will go to that particular node, and once you visit that particular node, you will increment its counter. So now counter for this particular node is nothing but 1. Now if I again repeat the process, then I will again consider all the neighbors of this particular query node, but before that I need to again flip the coin. With alpha is equal to 0.5, means with 50% chances I will get head, with 50% chances I will get tail, with 50% chances I will move forward, with 50% chances I will go back, and I will again start from Q. So let's say I got head and I am continuing. Okay. So next time again I will randomly select one of the neighbor of this particular node. So this is two-step process. In the first time, a pin is looking for its neighbor in corresponding board, right? So this is corresponding to this path. We went from Q to strawberry. Second is nothing but we are looking for neighbor from board to pin. So for example, here once we are at strawberry, then we move to this particular node Q, and then again repetition of step 1. Again we are at pin, pin will look for its neighbor. So we are at board, board will look for its neighbor, and in between wherever we are visiting a particular pin, will increment its counter. So this counter in some sense reflecting how close a particular pin to the given pin. Right? That we need to understand how that score will represent similarity. But let's move forward. What will happen next? Let's see. So now next time what will happen once you are at this particular point, again the next board neighbor is this smoothie, right? This particular board, and you went there, smoothie madness, right? And then again you will increment the counter. After few steps it looks like this, and then this is the final score. So what is the idea of this? Can I say these two nodes, these two pins, I must recommend first, because they are the more in the random walk process, these two pins are visited most number of times. This one is visited 16 times, and this one is visited 14 times. So that means they are very close to Q. Then the next closest one is this pin number 3. This is my pin number 1. Let's say this is my pin number 2, and then pin number 4 will be this, and this 4 pins equal importance pin 5, so I can recommend them later, and so on. Then this have values 5, which is again less than 8, and finally these 3 are the least related pins to the given pin. So the algorithm seems very easy, and it's and I've already given this pseudocode also. So by this pseudocode, it's very easy to implement this, and now you can make a recommendation system, right, based on this algorithm, not just for this images. You can apply it to any other things also, right? So whenever this type of bipartite concept, where one side you will get users and second times you will get items, and then you can apply this concept of random walks, and you can find out what is the similar item for that one particular product which is being sold drastically, and then you can recommend that particular product Y to a particular user, and so on. So now the idea is very easy. All we are doing is we are considering one particular query node, then we'll be randomly going to one of its neighbor, then again we'll going randomly to one of its neighbor, then we'll increment the counter, then we'll flip the coin. If coin says head, then we'll move forward. If coin says tail, again we will restart. Right? So this is the idea, and we'll keep track of this count, and we will repeat this particular process significant amount of time. Let's say we'll repeat this for this many moves, and after that we will stop, and then we will recommend. Right? So now the question is, it's working very fine, so no issues with it. But the question one should ask is why this particular simple concept is giving us so nice result. We'll answer this question in the next tutorial. Thank you. Subscribe to my channel for more videos.